Hey everyone, welcome to probably the final part of my in-depth review of the new Skitarii Codex. The awesome... That was random. The awesome new Adeptus Mechanicus Codex for 40k. In this one, I will be going over the formations. And just so I know I've seen a couple couple comments. Just to specify, only the elites end up having the cool special rule. For the one I brought up earlier was those Dune Striders, sorry. The Dragoons have it, and the Elites have it. The troops don't, but of course the troops don't need it. They're going to be shooting, right? The troops are all shooting, the guys basically. So they don't have it. So that, any confusion that fixes. So, there is a few formations in this codex as well that you can use if you want, and you get additional rules, and the rules are, they're okay. A couple of them are cool. And I'll be going over them today and giving my final thoughts on this codex, and yeah. So, the first formation is called the Battle Maniple. The Battle Maniple. And that's essentially the Battle Maniple, one of everything. One of every kit, basically. It's one Vanguard, one Rangers, one Rust Stalkers, one Infiltrators, one Dragoons, or Iron Strider Ballistari, and one unit of Onager Dune Crawlers. So basically one of everything. Other than you have a choice between Sindonian Dragoons or the Iron Strider Ballistari. And you get Crux Mechanicus, which is the same thing. You get to reroll your Warlord trait, and your Warlord gets preferred enemy. You get Data Lock, which models in this formation that are within 12 inches of the Onager Dune Crawler from this formation are leadership 10. That's pretty cool. It gets you a leadership 10, less likely to fail, less likely to fall back, and more likely to survive in close combat if you get in close combat or if you get assaulted. Good stuff there. And Tireless Advance. All models in this formation have the Crusader and Scout special rules. They can outflank. Cool stuff. So that's pretty straightforward there. One of everything. You get the big thing in that one is the leadership, because otherwise you just get those normal traits if you take the detachment. So good stuff there. And then next we have the War Cohort. Now the War Cohort is simply made up of 3 Battle Maniples. So 3 of everything. Yeah. And the designer's note. There's a designer's note which I should read. It's, although units cannot normally belong to more than one detachment, units from a Battle Maniple that is part of a War Cohort are an exception. They count as part of both formations and have all associated special rules. If your Warlord is part of a formation or army list entry that makes up part of a War Cohort, that entire War Cohort is your primary detachment. There you go. So if your Warlord is part of this war Cohort, it's entirely your detachment. And you get Crux Mechanicus, once again, reroll, but Enhanced Imperative Resolution. This is where the coolness of this formation comes into play. If your army includes one or more detachments or formations with the special rule, you can once per game choose to reuse a Doctrina Imperative that your army has already used earlier in the game. So, cool stuff there. Cool stuff there. Now, I've realized, as more I read about it, these Doctrine Imperatives, you have to declare it at the beginning of the turn. Yeah. I know that's per squad or per army. I have to think about that. Yeah. Interesting. So essentially you can reuse one that you've already used. That's great if you have a heavy shooting army and you want to use that ballistic skill +3 one twice. Awesome stuff there. Next one, the Skitarian Killclad. Formation, 3 units of Skitarian Rust Stalkers, 1 unit of Skitarian Infiltrators, and you get Malignant Susurrations. All enemy models within 12 inches of the unit of Skitarian Infiltrators from this formation are affected by the unit's Neurostatic Aura special rule, which is -1 to their weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative, and leadership. Cool stuff there. And Slaughter Sprint. This is fun. Once per game, on any game turn after the first, Skitarian Rust Stalkers from this formation can charge in the assault phase, even if they made a run move in the same turn. So it gives them the old fleet. Great stuff. Gets them fast there. These guys are fast, right? So they can move 9, run up to 9, and then assault. So a huge assault range from that Skitarian Kill Clan. So good stuff there. That is a really cool, a bonus that you can just do once per game if you really want to get into that assault. And the final formation is called the Iron Strider Cavaliers. It is 2 units of Sidonian Dragoons and 1 unit of Iron Strider Balistari. Pretty straightforward stuff. So the Dragoons are the fast attack, the Balistari is the heavy support, and the special rules are you get acute senses and outflank, so you can bring these guys in from the side and have some fun. You also get Ident Confirmed. At the start of the first game turn, nominate 1 character in the enemy army. Models in that formation reroll failed to wound rolls against the nominated character in the unit. Cool. Mind-linked Hunters. Models in this formation can always trace line of sight and shoot through other models in this formation without conferring a cover save for shooting through an intervening unit. That's huge. Huge stuff, especially if you give them the las cannons. Crazy stuff. And the Noose Titans. All units in this formation must be placed in reserve. When making reserve rolls, make a single roll for the entire formation. In addition, start making reserve rolls for this formation on your first turn. On a successful reserve roll, all units in this formation come in from reserve. So 3 up, turn 1, outflanking these guys. That's probably the scariest thing so far I've read in the Codex. Because these guys can hurt. You give them the guns and just bring them in from the sides and shoot stuff. Yeah. And then turn 2, they can assault. That's pretty cool. Pretty good stuff there. That's pretty cool. So that's it. That's all the Codex. It's not a very big Codex, obviously, because there's only like 5 boxes of stuff that you can buy for it. But it's a really cool Codex. What do I think overall? It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be... it'll involve some interesting strategy, especially with these doctrines that, once per game you can use. Increase your ballistic skill, increase your weapon skill. It becomes a shooting game or an assault game. It'd be fun to see which ones people do. I do think they're going to die quickly. Your guys are going to die quickly. You basically got to stay back and fire with your troops. You got to run up your elites because they're pretty fast. Your fast attack dragoons charge at your opponent, and the heavy support dudes stay at the sides and fire. But your troops are going to die quickly, so keep them in cover, because 4-up armor save is not that good. And they have a 6-up feel no pain for some of them, but you're not going to use it at toughness 3 very often. It might keep a guy alive every now and then, but I don't think that's going to be a really problem. So, yeah, Skyfire is going to be key in most metas, so I definitely recommend the heavy support choices are going to be the key for the Skyfire, because a lot of them have access to Skyfire stuff, or the ability to snap fire at ballistic skill 2 instead of 1, and most of them are twin link guns, so you'll still be able to pick off most flyers and flying monster creatures. So let's just go through them quickly. So there's no HQs. The Rangers, I prefer the Rangers personally over the Vanguard, because the Rangers, better guns, and I think the purpose of this squad is going to be stay back and fire, and they have the better guns, achieving the point better. Squads of 10 are going to be pretty sweet, but though I prefer maybe 2 squads of 5 as opposed to a squad of 10. If you're trying to run more efficient, because with 2 squads of 5 of the Rangers or the Vanguard, you can take 4 of the special weapons, and as opposed to a squad of 10 where you can just take 3 special weapons, and these special weapons can be really handy. The Ruststalkers and the Infiltrators are awesome. They're going to be fun running them across the battlefield. I think a combination of the 2 will be perfect, because one of them kind of screws over your opponent a little bit, and the other ones jump in and take advantage of that and just kill stuff. Their weapons, they're very close combat oriented, and they're very fast. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, they're the ones who basically add 3 inches to everything, so they can move 9, run up to 9, and that one time if taking the formation, assault then, and oh my goodness, they're crazy. Infiltrators are cool. The Dragoons are probably my favorite model in the Codex. I love the look of them. I just think they're going to be awesome running across it with jousting, lances. I would take squads of 5 of them, or 6 of them. That'd be fun. And just run them at your opponent. I'd probably recommend giving them the Phosphorus Serpenta for 10 points each. It ups the points cost to 55 points each, but it gives them gun. So they can run in, shoot stuff, and hurt stuff before they assault in. And, it'll be good to weaken them up. Iron Strider Ballistari, a solid heavy support choice, good anti-air, you know, because they have the Cognus Las Cannon. I'd give them the Cognus Twin Link Las Cannons, because then it's 5s to hit reroll, so statistically it is a pretty good chance they're going to hit whatever they want to hit, and including flyers, and take them down. The other option, though, is just taking the Onager Dune Crawlers, which have a lot of Skyfire as well. And that's the Codex. In a nutshell, not that much to cover. It's only been a few videos, so it's not been that much. But I really hope you enjoyed this series of videos on the new Codex. Oh, I just closed it. There we go. On the new Adeptus Mechanicus Skitarri Codex, because it is a really cool codex, and I think it's going to be fun to play with. I'm curious to see what happens in the future with, is it going to be more of a supplement to other armies, or are people going to run just full armies of Skitarii? I think it'd be kind of fun to run a full army of just Skitarii, because that would be hilarious and fun. You will have run into problems, you know, but they seem to be they have some good combinations of shooting and assault. They're going to have problems against shooting high toughness monstrous creatures who have good armor save. And their base troops are going to be pretty much useless unless you give them the Haywire upgrades. I definitely recommend the Haywire upgrades for the sergeants when you're shooting at vehicles, because that's what you're going to need as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave comments in the comment section down below if you thought of anything else. Any armies you think that'll be really good matching up with. Any armies that won't be good matching. What do you think? What are your comments? Leave them in the comment section down below. I really hope you enjoyed the series. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting, everyone.